Yes, we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are watching the replay, you are in a good place. And if you're just joining us, you are welcome. So, just trying to put finishing touches to what we need to do and get ready. All right. I'm super, super excited to be here. So, I'll just give like 5 minutes for everyone to join in, or I'll just begin because I believe that I want to, I believe in respecting people's time, and I want us to just get started. All right, let's get on with it. We are live, ready to roll. So when you're joining in, type in the chat where you are joining from. I am currently in the Seattle area, um, United States. It is 12:04 at the time of recording this, and let me know in the chat where you are watching from. Let me know where you're watching from. We are ready to roll. I will start the presentation in a bit. I just need to know where we are all watching from, and let's get to know each other. Let's get to know more about each other. And before we begin, while we wait, I am going to start by sharing my own story to give you a background information about what this is all about. Okay, so I will begin with sharing how I started this journey. I got married 13 years ago to my first love. And, being we started very early, at a very early age. I met him when I was 16, going on 17. And, and so I just wanted to, have a beautiful relationship with my mother-in-law and my in-laws and everybody. And so I just, you know, wanted to just be close to her. And we were good. We were actually good. Very, very good. During the dating period, I dated my husband for like 8 years. I got married when I was 25. And so um, that's how it began. And I would always send gifts and the little I could with the small change that I had. So I would send, and I would just, be all up in her face and whenever I visited, right? And so if you're just joining us, please drop in the chat room. I'm just trying to buy time so that I would get everybody in at least within the first 10 minutes so that we'll begin. Please feel free to use the chat room and let me know what um, where you're watching from and where you are joining from. Okay, so I had I didn't know that I had insecurities because I didn't have a good relationship with my own mom, and so I was just looking for love in other places. And so I just felt like, oh, this woman is so good and all of that. And she was amazing at that time, um, until it was time for us to, start the wedding plans proper. That was 8 years later. And it was all a different version of her. And I would say that it was because I um, I felt like grief took over because She lost her husband just like a year before we started planning the wedding, and I felt like she had not properly healed. And if I was going to look back, I would say that was one of the reasons why she had that switch of personality, because it was whole different person that I saw when when it was time to get ready to do our wedding proper. And so there were just all kinds of, I didn't expect all of that. And it was really, really a shocker for me. So, and looking back again, I would say that God was preventing me and preparing me for to raise my family by myself, with his own help, not the help of any human being, because I'm that person that is always looking to learn and looking to lean into people that are older just to seek wisdom. But sometimes you realize that God really just wants to be the one that will guide you and guard your journey, and just be that, create that blueprint for you and your family. And so that is one of the reasons why I decided to write this book, because there are a lot of us, we are always looking for love and validation from people that we love, because we expect that this is family and they should love us and all of that. But the truth is that not all families will have that kind of sanity to be able to realize that, oh, somebody coming into their home should be loved, right? Loved like their own person. So in my own situation, I do not feel any ounce of, oh, this is my daughter. They might say it with their words, with the words in their mouth, but it doesn't show in action, right? In everything that shows out or plays out, they will always prefer to speak or communicate or talk with their brother, who is my husband. And if that is the situation with you, don't feel bad, don't feel sad. I know it can really, really be disheartening, but that is where we are, right? So if you are in that situation where you feel like you are not welcome into the family, yes, it is what it is. And what I'm going to teach you today is to help you to properly equip yourself so that you do not feel left out. Okay. So I feel like I'm chatting to myself alone. And this is one of the disadvantages using platforms like this. I would like you guys to interact with me. Don't be shy. You can start chatting immediately. All right. So use the chat room. Let me know where you are watching from. All right, let me know where you're watching from. I see Please, Patricia, welcome. All right, so use the chat room. Let's know where you're watching from. So I'll just go straight into my presentation. Let me know what your expectations are also. I'd love to know that, so that if you don't want to send straight to the chat room, you can just send to you can send directly to me on this chat. Just send straight to the presenter if you want to ask any question, or you don't want to send the direct message to the public group. Feel free to send a chat straight to me. Okay, I would like to know why you are here. If you just want to learn how to be a better person so that you can be a better in-law, that would be nice. I would like to know that. If you're just here just because you just want to know more about what this topic is and what I have to say, then I would be happy to do that. So, at the end of this webinar, you're going to get to know how we can continue to be together, so that, because I believe that this is just like a foundation. I wish that I had this. If I had this kind of forum 13 years ago, I would I would have been wiser, and I would have been a lot more patient, and I would really, really love to just be a good person, or just be more considerate person generally. So yes, I believe that even if you are just here to just learn more about the topic, which I see, that is amazing. That is a good thing to do, because sometimes I feel like most the people that do these things don't even know that they are doing them. That's one thing I've also learned. Um, Being self-aware of not just yourself but environment, situation awareness. Not a lot of people are equipped with that. Not a lot of people know how to do that. So this will actually help you to be a better person, be a better in-law, because all of us eventually will become in-laws, either to our sisters or our brothers or our children. We want to become better people, and I really love that those of us that are here live chose to do that. And thank you so much. Welcome. I'll just begin the presentation so that we will just start. This is a new platform, so permits me to, yeah, let me see, window. Please let me know if you can see my screen. I am trying to, let me know if you can see my presentation. What can you see? Let me know if you can see my screen, or what you can see on my screen actually. Okay. Please use the chat room if you can, so I will know what you can see. Can you see the presentation yet? Okay. Can you see the presentation yet? Oh, you're still seeing only me. Oh, let me see. Okay. I will share screen. Share screen. Presentation or my face? Presentation or still my face? Let me see. No presentation yet. It's interesting. You can come back later, Vidael. Okay, I'm sorry. Well, this, I'm sorry about this. Okay. Please hold on. This is allowed to share the window, share my screen. Okay. Is it showing my screen still? My face, or can you see the... What can you see? Is it sharing anything? Okay, I'll just begin the conversation like that. I'm hoping that you guys get to see. We'll just have that conversation, and I'll be talking out. If you want to have the PDF, which we will share at the end of the webinar, then let me know. I would also send that to you. Okay, you can still see it. All right, so I'm just going to begin the presentation just like that. All right, so I shared a bit about who I am already. I'm a mom to 4 boys, and my why, I shared my why actually, I'm sharing a backstory about what happened with my but please, I'm sorry about the distractions. I need, you can go to the car. You can go to the car, please. Thank you. Take it. You could just take the distance and go to the car. Thank you. All right. Apologies. So if you're watching the replay, you can always fast forward. But anyways, let's get straight into it. I wanted really to share with you this file that I'm looking at, and which you guys would get in your emails very soon. So the reason why I do this is because I want to help more women to be able to be to be alert, to be alert with their to be alert with, knowing how to manage relationships well, and being being present when it comes to learning how to I'm so sorry about the distractions. um Learning about, in-law relationships, and how to manage people generally, people that can be, difficult, and also how to overcome this hurt if you have been in that situation. um why you need to do this, why you need to learn about these things, is because you need to know how to manage your emotional and mental well-being. It will also help you to have improved relationships, because unresolved hurts can, negatively impact your relationship with others. Healing allows you to build a healthier and more fulfilling connection based on trust and mutual respect. It's also it's personal growth, because once you know about yourself, you're also able to know how you can handle other people. And it's a way of learning about yourself, self-awareness, and also personal growth. Grow hand in hand when you are learning personal growth and learning about yourself. You definitely have to, read materials, which also helps you to learn how to manage people and overcome these hurts. Overcoming hurts often involves learning more about yourself, your needs, your boundaries. This self-awareness fosters personal growth and helps you become more resilient. And it's also said that emotional pain can manifest in physical symptoms, so such as headaches, fatigue, and a weakened immune system. I've literally seen this happen in my in-laws, and I chose this route, because once you overcome hurt, once you encounter hurt, you can choose to go the route of the people who hurt you, or choose to go through the route of healing. And if you go through the route of the people who hurt you, you're going to manifest the symptoms and the things that they are going through, because as we go along, you're going to realize how these things all play together. I've seen how holding on to hurt can weaken people's immune system. There's nothing you can do, checking out different things. You are definitely going to come down with illness when you harbor hurt in your heart, right? You just feel that, right? When you harbor hurt in your heart. And so healing is very, very important. Healing is crucial, so that you can alleviate these symptoms and contribute to your overall physical health. All right. So I want you to put in the chat right now. I will not harbor hurt in my heart. I will not harbor hurt in my heart. And I'm speaking about in-laws right now, but it's really about general relationships, handling difficult people in, different relationships. So there's an onslaught of the evil against families, if you are thinking, why do I need to learn these things? Why do I need to know about these things? It's because there's an onslaught of evil against families. The devil is out to steal, kill, and destroy the joys in families. So if you break the hedge through unforgiveness, the serpents will strike and bite. Your family background, your history, or childhood experience is preparing you for such a time like this. So know that the devil does not want families to. The devil is against the structure of family, because that is really what God, created from the beginning. And I'm sharing this because if you're watching the replay and you're wondering, oh, why I'm going to be talking a lot from using Bible references, because I'm a Christian and this is what has helped me. I do not know about any other method or strategy. This is the only strategy that I know. So if you're watching the replay, this is going to help you out also. This is I'm just here to share what has worked for me and what I feel will work for you if you decide to, open up. So know that your family background, your history, and your childhood experience is preparing you for such a time like this. I'm very, very also particular about patterns, understanding what patterns you have had in your home. Using my own example, I said I didn't really have, a solid relationship with my own mom, so I was looking out for it in another person, which happened to be my mother-in-law, and that's really crushed me. So, and that's where the hurt came in from. So, you need to be able to understand that your own understanding your family background, what your own weakness is, and what you are looking out for can there's something that you're just looking for something or looking for validation from people, that can also affect the way you interact with people. So knowing this is very, very important. So why did I choose this topic, dear new wife, overcoming in-law hurts? Because I know that there are different people that are going to be watching this. Either you are whether you're single, whether you're planning to get married, or you're actually married, you are still a wife, right? You are still your husband's bride. Okay, so these are the things. This is one of the reasons why I just chose this, so that it speaks directly to the person that I want to reach out to, the group of people that I needed to reach out to. So we're working on the most important things first. So, as a wife, whether you're new or about to, or you are in it already, what you need to understand is your heart's posture. What's your heart's posture? How is your heart? You need to ask yourself that question. How is your heart currently? What how do you feel about the situation? If you have not gotten the book yet, I would encourage you to do that. You can order it off from Amazon. You can get the soft copy, but I'll encourage you to get the hard copy, because it has a journaling place where you're going to actually journal. It is very important that you journal, because there are things that are in your head that you don't even know about, that's affecting the way you see life, you're interacting with people, or you're having your day-to-day relationship. It's always nice to just put down the thoughts that are in your head down to paper. And concerning this situation, or concerning any matter generally, or even when you want to even gift someone reaches out to you and feels like, this is what I'm going through, you could gift the person the copy of the book, right? This is going to help a lot of homes. I see it helping hundreds and thousands of homes that encounter it. So I'll send also with this replay and this presentation, I will send the link to getting the hard copy if you want to gift someone. And as we go along, you're going to know how you can also be a part of the community. All right. So this is a reminder that you need to also work on your, like I said, your heart's posture and your family values. As we go along, in this community, we are going to be bringing in specialists, experts, people who are, considered, certified counselors that have interacted with people to help us to create family values. Everybody has a system that works for them in their homes. So you're not just going to be creating it because somebody is saying that you should create it, but what is already running in your home. Just being aware of, oh, this is what we live by, we stand by, we walk by. We believe in our home. So these things are very important that you need to know. Then one thing I also want you to know is remind yourself of what God told you about your home. Remind yourself about what God told you about your home. What was your first, what was your first thought about what God laid in your heart when you wanted to start your family, right? When you wanted to start building your home, your new family, or your family currently. What was that scripture? What was that thing that has been in your heart, that you really want to see in your family? So you can get that and just begin to think about it. Okay? So I'll go right into the ABCs or the ABC of overcoming hurt. I dealt with this extensively in the book, so you need to get that. This is just like an addendum, like an addition to whoever is going to get the book is also going to get this to further explain and clarify what is in the book. It's a really great addition to those who have gotten the book. Then the ABCs mean A. A stands for absolutely no expectations. If I had this, and it was thankfully my husband was the one who was always teaching me how not to have expectations, you know, from these people. Because, like I said, I came in with the notion of, being accepted, being taken as one of their own, which is what I believe that I would do if I had when I have my own children, when I have my own in-laws also. When I become an in-law to my children's family, yeah, that's what I expected. And so because of that, I had so much expectations about what, and that's completely dashed it, and so that caused hurt. So I would always encourage people to have absolutely no expectation. If you come in, whatever you see, just take it like that. Don't have high expectations of people that you have never met before, because situations can happen, things can happen, circumstances can arise, and you will just see a different version of this person that you did not believe will happen. And so I love this quote by Sylvia Plath. It says, if you expect nothing from somebody, you are never disappointed. If you expect nothing from somebody, you're never, and I will say that you are never disappointed and you will not be hurt. Okay, so that is for having absolutely no expectation. More about that in the book. Then B, for boundaries. Healthy boundaries are not walls. This is a quote from Nidra Glover Tawab. The person says, healthy boundaries are not walls, they are the gates and fences that allow you to enjoy the beauty of your own garden. And I always say this, as women, we are natural territorial people. We do not like people to be in our spaces. And if you're not that kind of woman that knows how to guard your territory, then you should become that person. You need to be aware. You need to be. You can't just allow just anybody and everybody to join in, and infringe your privacy. You need to learn how to set healthy boundaries, um, to protect the ones that you love and do things that you love. Okay, and so letter C, like I said, is ABC. The ABCs of overcoming hurt. Letter C is creatively pray. Creatively pray, and I say this because you're not just praying; you are actually being intentional with what you say. Um, as regards the person, you are being intentional about how to pray for this person that has hurt you. Scripture says in 1 Peter 3 verse 9, it says, do not repay evil with evil, or insult with insult. On the contrary, repay evil with blessing, because to this you were called, so that you can inherit a blessing. So, okay. So, there are a lot of people that need to be here, but they're not. Anyways, I hope they're going to catch the replay and they would enjoy the time. So let's just enjoy our time together. Those of us that are live, I want it to be as interactive as possible. Thank you for joining me and not making me talk to myself. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. In order to fully grasp this thing, because it's not just about women, it's not just about us as women, it's also about understanding your men also. Okay, understanding your men will help you. So I've categorized it in two ways. Okay, please give me a minute. I've categorized the kinds of men that you need in two different types of men. I really wish you guys could see my slides, and I don't know why this thing is not making you see my slide. Oh God. I really need you to see my slide. Okay, and I'll keep trying. Let me see. Share screen, large screen. I don't know why I keep showing me Safari. Okay. Can you see a yellow? Can you see a yellow slide? Let me see. Please use your chat room. Use the chat room if you can see a yellow thing showing up on your screen, or it's just me that you see. Chat room, let's go. I want you to see this. I'd really love you to see this. Can you see a yellow this beside? You see just me. I don't know why. I should have just talked to this other. Share my screen. I need to share my screen. Okay, I will just continue. So let's get on to, like I was explaining, the two kinds of men that I believe that there are, especially as Christians, or those that believe in God. There's a traditional man and there is the kingdom man. Okay, there's the traditional man and there is the kingdom man. So I would try and make up for this so that you all can see. You all can, when you're watching the replay, you can understand. I'll send this presentation, so just follow through with me. the kingdom men recognize the covering they are to their wives, and they live to cleave. Okay, they act as Christ is to the church. And this is all biblical. It is based off of the Bible. And so, being kingdom men, you need to understand that these men recognize the covering that they are to their wives, and they obey the scriptures that says, leave your father and your mother and cleave to your wife. They understand that marriage has a purpose. They understand that family has a purpose. They also recognize their families, where they're coming from, but they are not attached to their family in that kind of way, because I realize that there are so many men that are so attached to their families, and they don't understand the foundation of scripture when it comes to marriage is that you have to live to cleave. And most people have been tagged as wife rappers. They say it's a husband rapper, but they tag men who obey the scripture as the one who has been um, wrapped around. They have their wives have them wrapped around their fingers, sort of like that. It shows that it is working, right? If you are spoken in that light, if you are that kind of person that's has been said that your husband is, you have your husband wrapped around your finger, whatever it is, whatever that means. It is scripture that to leave your father and your mother and cleave to your wife. So I have to lay that foundation down, and you do not have to feel bad because you have that narrative. Okay, so that's for kingdom men. Then the traditional men follow existing prior family traditions. You see them, they are the they say they're mommy's boys and all that. They are so attached to their prior family traditions, whether it is toxic, whether it is not. They don't see anything wrong. They don't know how to address the elephants in the room. They just assume that everything is fine. They just go on with the culture and the tradition, existing family, traditions, and not considering how it will hurt the new family that is being built, right? They don't know how to manage these things. They don't know how to, manage situations. They don't even know how to balance things. They don't see anything wrong in what has been said, or what is going on about the hurt, or whatever it is that is going on in their home, or about to start, the homes that they're about to start. So that is that. Let me know, do you think that your husband is a kingdom man or a traditional man, or a mix, a sprinkle of? Let me know if you feel like the percentage that your husband is he. Would you say that your husband is 80% kingdom and 20% traditional, or let me know the percentage in the chat. Let's have a conversation, please. This is going to be very, very conversational, so please feel free to drop in the chat as we go along. So there's so much more that I want to share about um, about this topic. There's so much more, because there's a lot that is going on with single, with married people, and people that have children. There's just a lot. There's a lot, and like I said, there's an onslaught of the devil against families. There's an onslaught of devil against families, and so you need to be intentional about what goes on in your home, what is guarding, how to guard your home properly. Okay, so it is very, very important, and I really want to discuss more about this. If you have any questions or any concern or anything, please, you can drop it in the chat, or you can send it directly to me, the presenter, if it's something that is very private or exclusive to you. I would not mention. I'll keep that confidential if you want it confidential. Please, out of if there's any question that you have, I'm here to hear it. And like I said, as when I started, I just really just want to share what I would have loved to hear when I was in this position about 13 years ago. I would have loved to have a community like this where I can bear my heart out. I believe that I've done different things. I've been, and I still am, an entrepreneur at heart, because I'm going to be creating a lot of things just to help you as wives and moms to be better territorial people. Like we talked about boundaries earlier. I'm an entrepreneur at heart. I'm also a fitness coach. But this is something that I feel like I need to do right now in this moment, at this time and this season of my life, to help women. I see myself doing. I always ask myself, do you see yourself doing this thing for the long haul? And this is one of the things that I want to be committed to. To help and create a community of people, of women who know how to handle their emotions well, and be overcome this hurt, whatever hurt it is that you have. Either it is in-law hurt or even mom hurt. I will share a story um, before we finish. About Just remind me, I'm going to share a story, but this is really just to help you if you are in a situation where you're feeling hurt and you want to prepare yourself for your future. I believe that what God has called me to do in this time is to help, to be like a foundations coach, right? I'm I'm into deeper things. I see that this world is so ephemeral. Like, people are always thinking about the being busy and being out there, and not forgetting, and they forget how to connect with their heart. I'm that kind of person that will help you to stay grounded in your heart first, because you have to be happy as a person before you try to make other people happy. I believe so much in that, and my experiences have brought me to appreciating that, also to be empathetic towards people. I am very empathetic towards my in-laws, and even if I don't show that most times, I I I pray that they actually come out of their own personal hurts, because I believe that most times when people act, and that's one of the things that I shared in the book, which is on Amazon, is that people don't know how to handle certain situations, and it's because they have not been exposed to it, or they are not aware about how to handle these situations. And so I have learned to be empathetic towards people, and God really has opened my eyes to see, from the standpoint of even the people that have hurt me. So most times I see beyond what they are doing, and it has helped me to, show sympathy. And even though I am the one that I've been hurt, I put my hurt aside and I still pray. Like we talked about, creatively praying for these people. And really, in your heart, how I shared how to creatively pray in the book. I talked about how that you have to verbalize how you're actually feeling. Don't say that you love the person when you know that you don't love the person. You tell God that this person really hurt me. I'm really, really angry and mad and sad about this particular situation and how it has turned out. I mean, on my wedding day, I cried. And, I feel like it's a taboo for a bride to cry for the wrong reasons on our wedding day. It literally can cast a spell and a curse on whoever causes that. And so it hurt me so much, because that was not what I envisioned for my wedding. And I literally cannot watch my wedding video without having all that emotion and all those things come to play. And so I had to pray from that standpoint. I had to pray, even though I was hurt so much, because I don't believe that anybody should go through that, on the day that is supposed to be a day of joy. I believe that even if you are angry, you should be able to, you know how to manage your emotions so that you're not, you know, verbally um, spiting people who are supposed to be happy on their wedding day or whatever. So that I said that to say this so that um, this will help you to know where you are hurting from and how to pray for the people that have hurt you, and not just say it, not lip service, actually from your heart, how to how to really intentionally pray for these people is by acknowledging and identifying that these people have actually hurt you and this is what they have done. And so even if the person doesn't really understand the hurt that they have caused, you have you're presenting it before God and you're presenting it before Him, and I like, God, this person hurt me so much, but I really want to forgive this person. I want to love this person the way you love them. I want you to see the person the way you see them, and not from this point of hurt. And so from that perspective, God begins to shift your mind. Like for me, He began to help make me see how these people were hurt even when in their childhood, right? I just began to see, and I saw beyond what they were doing. And so when I saw that anytime we were going to have confrontations or whatever, I would know that it's just like a an outburst from whatever it is that they are facing, that they have not yet identified or they have not yet come to terms with. They are fighting their own battles and their own struggles, and they have their own struggles, and you have yours. You're coming from your own family and into this family that you feel like needs to accept you, but here they are fighting their own demons. So you have to understand that people are at different phases of their lives, different seasons of their lives. People are not, they've not yet grasped the concept of emotional awareness and emotional growth. So most people they have no clue how to do that, even if they claim to be reading books, right? But they have not yet grasped it. You need to know how to walk your emotions. If you still do not know how to respond in times of in situations where that would trigger you, if you don't know how to respond properly, if you're still very violent and all of those things, that means you have not learned to identify and acknowledge what exactly the root of the problem is, and you have not spoken about it, or you have not reached out to someone to help you. So that's why this community is actually here, so that you can begin that journey. Be aware of what is going on in your heart, right? That is where the root of the you cannot suppress it with being busy. You cannot suppress it with being not acknowledging it. You cannot suppress it. You have to acknowledge it. Then you begin to create a path for yourself and opening, and you begin to see how you can walk around things. So I hope this session was impactful to you. We're going to be wrapping up in a few minutes, in about 2 minutes. So if you have any questions, please feel free. If you're watching the replay, um, I will be sending you also links to join the Facebook community, or if you want to reach out to me to be a part of the Patterns podcast. This webinar was brought to you by the Patterns podcast. We'll be sharing, you know, it will be sharing about different scenarios. If you want to be a part of the podcast, you want to share your story, I just want to share your journey on how to help, how to heal, how to come out of the hurt or the hurts that you currently face. It's going to be a great therapy session because I believe I don't think I received therapy for this matter. Yes, thank you, please. I'm going to share the story. Thank you for reminding me. So the story is really about my own mom. Like I said that how I didn't have a good relationship with my mom because I felt like she was always busy and she was not present, and you know different things. When we talk about these things, when we talk, I was reading somewhere and someone said there was a post about parent hurt, parent trauma, and there are a lot of, and it's real. There are things that people go through that's called parent trauma, and I feel like for the firstborns, and every child has different version of the parents that's parented them. All right, so even if you had siblings, there are different phases and seasons of life of parenthood that you encountered. So probably the first child would have gone through that struggle of growing with their parents because the parents literally were clueless about raising the child. And with the second child, sometimes it's easier. They've learned from the first, and the other children also have different versions of their parents. So with my own mom, I always wanted a better relationship. I wanted all the things that I wanted in my relationship with my parents. I didn't have them, so I had to write out what I wanted in my own home. So that was a defining path for me. I remember when I got married, and I told my mom. How I didn't tell her physically. I wrote a message, long message, and it was really just sharing my heart for the first time because I'm that person that always used to lock herself in. I would just lock my emotions in. I would not say anything. I didn't have friends, and still affects me till today. I do not really have friends that I have conversations with. It's only my husband that is my best friend. So we talk a lot about these things, and I remember just pouring my heart out in that text message, that I didn't feel like she raised me, and it wasn't her fault, right? From that time that I sent that message to her, we actually became better and became not closer, but then her life has really inspired me because even when she when I started having kids, and even till my last my twin boys, I've seen tremendous growth in her. I've seen how she has decided to, you know, follow her dreams, and she really, really inspires me a lot. And that's really what I wanted, even as a child, a teenager. I wanted someone that could inspire me to create things, and even though I didn't have that as a teenager, I'm having that even now as an adult. And my children are also looking up to their grandchildren. So I just believe that we need to be that generation that is creating the right pattern for our children, not just for ourselves, but for our children, for our cousins, for our nieces and nephews, because they are seeing these things, they are seeing and they are watching us, and they want to be able to say, oh, I know this person, and this person inspires me to become a better person, right? And so that's the story of how me and my mom used to be, and how we are currently. My mom is an actress. She's an amazing actress. She has always wanted to be in the entertainment industry, but my dad didn't allow her. So I felt like her pursuing her dreams and her passion really is an inspiring story to me. So most times, don't pipe down. I was saying that I saw people talk about parent trauma on the on an Instagram post, and some other people were, you know, feeling like, oh, why are you talking about you guys should move on. You know, like your parents did what they could do, this and that. And I feel like nobody should gaslight you, or nobody should talk down on your pain. Your pain is your pain, right? Nobody can understand how or what you went through. So you don't give people permission to talk down on your pain or what hurts you. All right. So I have to wrap up. Yes, if you have any questions, please feel free to send a message. Um, send a message to, you can send me a mail. Look out for a mail for the replay of this broadcast, this webinar. And yeah, that's all. We have like 5 minutes to go, so we have to really wrap up right now. Do you have any questions for me? Anybody? What can you tell me what your learning points were? Just in 2 minutes. Please kindly share. What was your takeaway from today's session? What was your takeaway? Major takeaway from today's session. I'm waiting. We have like less than 2 minutes to go. Okay. Anybody? 1 minute to go. Don't have any expectations. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. Don't have any expectations. What else? All right. The ABCs are my take home. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I see that some people have joined in. I am currently rounding up, and yeah, Patricia, thank you. Especially the boundaries part. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to having conversations, even for those of us that already have amazing relationships with our in-laws. What it is, what we can also learn from you. We can also be a part of. So please look out for the mails in your inbox so that you can join our conversations. We are going to be having heart-to-heart conversations, more heart-to-heart conversations about this matter. So please feel free to share. Feel free to join the community. Feel free to respond to the emails. And I'm looking forward to having more of these conversations with you very soon. I'll be in your email. Yeah, so feel free to respond, and we'll see again. All right. Have a beautiful rest of the day or night. Thank you for joining in. Thank you so much. Bye.